The clarion call has sounded. The curtain rises. Say goodbye to yourself and embrace the unknown. As I don the many masks of this tale, I challenge you to fully immerse in the story, the mystery, and the terror. Live the fears and hopes, and let your mind wander through the shadows. Uncover the secrets that lie beneath, for the only certainty is the mask you wear. Embrace the transformation, commit to the journey, and let the masks of Nyarlathotep reveal its truths to you.
Who am I?
Yeah, who am I this time? Where am I from?
I guess it's good then that we have that like prologue to kind of establish a base and a camaraderie, or whatever you would call it.
Agreed.
Yeah, so we kind of did our, what did we do over the past 4 years? Are you raising your hand? No, okay.
No, sorry.
Or you're giving snaps. Yeah, say it. Preach. Yeah, so we've already did kind of like the what did you do over the past 4 years kind of deal. And I believe we were just waiting on what's next, right? We didn't have anything else. Is there anything that anybody wanted to just say, oh yeah, I forgot that I did this during this time, or I wanted everybody to know I did this? I don't expect there to be, but if there is, now's the time to do it.
I do not.
Okay.
What year is it now?
Say again?
What year is it now?
It is going to be 1925 in January. And it was 1921, so I think it was 4 years.
Okay.
4
We
years
we still got a couple roaring years before.
Yeah.
Yep. Got a few more.
Well, I'm trying to remember because I was like, I knew it was late 20s for the Great Depression, but I wasn't sure.
Did sanity go up at all? I honestly cannot remember.
Yes, everybody gained some sanity. Remember, from all the certain actions that you took, you gained a lot of the sanity back.
Oh, that's right.
Let's see. Abigail's at 47, Declan's at 49, Iris at 79. Very sane.
I'm like, my sanity is crap.
And Vincent at 59.
My sanity can be bad. I think it's fun to have a disorder sometimes.
It is. And we'll have to...
It's such a weird mechanic in this game because it's like... It's hard not to like try to do things to pump it up.
Yeah.
Because that it's, if the dice roll poorly and I just get, killed by something, like, there's not a whole lot I can do about that,
Mm-hmm.
A character like Declan can take one more hit than I can, generally speaking, in the world of, things that are damaging us for, it's a quarter of his health and a third of mine. Like, that's, whatever.
Yeah, you're not superheroes. That is something that I guess I should reiterate. You're not superheroes. Yeah. You may have some special skills, but they're probably few and far between compared to someone else, So
but it's just like anyways, doing
risky things.
Being the all-powerful stat in D&D.
What is the all-powerful stat?
It's either Dex or Charisma.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
One or the other. Yeah. And in this one, it's like sanity.
It's sanity, right?
It's the only one.
It's the only thing. Yeah. So.
And because it's in a similar vein of like all the things that are tied to Chaw, all the things that are tied to Dex, right? Like there's so many things that are tied to power, sanity, magic, like all of it is under that same little umbrella.
It's true. That's true.
It's just kind of weird.
So let us start
bacon
with
tomatoes.
Lettuce, like on a burger or a salad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said bacon. She said tomatoes. You said lettuce.
Sorry, I didn't.
We got the whole package right.
It's BLT.
First I said lettuce leaf.
Oh, lettuce leaf. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 years since the events in Peru, since your adventures with Mr. Jackson Elias, You guys would have corresponded with him from time to time, with your good friend, if you would choose it, which I kind of seem like you guys would. So yeah. Maybe he kind of filled you in what he's up to every now and then, you know, continuing to travel the globe in pursuits of like weird and dangerous culty things. And so early January 1925, you guys receive an intriguing radiogram from Mr. Elias, from a ship at sea. And so go ahead and go to your handouts there. Or your big old binder of handouts. There's going to be a lot of handouts today, so you may want to have that handy if you want to go through that. It's up to you. So, Carlisle Papers, the Expedition number 1.
Got it.
You want to read it?
No idea.
Okay.
Go for it.
Worldwide Telegraph Service kindly received something Hudson Terminal. Have information concerning Carlisle Expedition. Stop. Need reliable investigative team. Stop. Meet January 15th, New York. Stop. Jackson Elias. No stop.
No stop. He continues.
No, stop.
Oh. What was the point of stop anyway? Like, why?
Let them know that you could, like, that transmission was done, to write it all down and stuff before they started the next one, because they would only send so much at once. Because they were doing like beep 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 beep, and you had to it's like Morse code. You had to translate it.
Okay.
So it's like, this is a break. This is a line break. Get it all down. Here comes the next transmission. This is a line break.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Yeah. It's interesting that they still write it down, but.
So they didn't even have typewriters.
It's because he was on a ship.
Oh.
Right? So this telegram.
Telegram, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think telegrams were pretty popular back then anyways, right? Like, so if you couldn't make a call, you could send a telegram to someone, right? That's at least the way I think of it.
I don't know when they dropped in popularity, honestly.
Yeah. Worldwide. You need to get someone to something to someone over fast, I guess, you know, send a telegram. So yeah, you guys, wherever you were, obviously will make your way to New York. Various ways to do that, you know, ships and trains and planes and cars. But I'll read this blurb about Mr. Jackson Elias before we get into more of that. And you can see I've uncovered it on the Expedition number 2. Just to recap, what you remember about your friend Jackson Elias. You remember Jackson Elias as an African-American man of medium height and build. He is a feisty, friendly air about him, and an orphan from Stratford, Connecticut. He learned to make his way early in life. He has no living relatives and no permanent address. You like him, value his friendship, even though months and sometimes years separate one meeting from the next. You'd be upset and probably crave a vengeance if anything happened to your friend. The world is a better place for having Jackson Elias in it. Elias speaks several languages fluently and is constantly traveling. He is social, enjoys an occasional drink, and smokes a pipe. A tough and stable and punctual man, Elias is unafraid of brawls or officials. He is mostly self-educated. Once skeptic, Elias began to question his stance after the events witnessed in the mountains of Peru. Although in most cases he has failed to find proof of supernatural powers, magic of the dark gods. His well-researched works always seem to reflect first-hand experiences. Possibly his greatest flaw is that he is secretive and never discusses a project until he has a final draft in hand. His writings characterize and analyze death cults. His best-known books is Sons of Death, exposing a modern-day thug cult, or Thugi, I guess, cults of India. All of his books illustrate how cults manipulate the fears of their followers. Insanity and feelings of inadequacy characterize death cults' feelings for which they compensate by slaughtering innocents to make themselves feel powerful or chosen. Cults draw the weak-minded through the cult leader, though the cult leaders are usually clever and manipulative. When fear of a cult stops, the cult vanishes. Elias's published works include Skulls Along the River, 1910, exposes headhunter cults in the Amazon basin. Masters of the Black Arts, 1912, surveys supposed sorceress cults throughout history. The Way of Terror, 1913, analyzes systemization of fear throughout the cult organization, warmly reviewed by George Sorrell. The Smoking Heart, 1915. The first half discusses historical Mayan death cults. The second half concerns present-day Central American death cults. And then the most famous one, Sons of Death, modern-day Thugis. Elias infiltrated the cult and wrote a book about it. Witch Cults of England, 1920, summarizes the covens in 9 English counties, interviews practicing witches. Rebecca West thought some of the material trivial and overworked. The Black Power, 1921, expands on the way of Terror and includes some material on Asian and African death cults. Includes interviews with several anonymous cult leaders. And then the last one, The Hungry Dead, 1923, exposes the modern-day survival of the Peruvian and Bolivian death cult from the time of the conquistadors. It omits many of the weirder details that those who accompanied Elias on his researches may remember, presenting the cult of the Karsiri as purely human evil. And look at that beautiful map.
This was under Peru, but I don't guess it should be.
This was what?
This was under the Peru section, but I given that it's going elsewhere.
Was it flipped over? If it wasn't something I told you to flip over.
You had it under Peru, so I was trying to find the new stuff.
Go to the next tab. All these books are published by Prospero House, New York City, and were edited by the owner and editor, Jonah Kensington. Kensington is a good friend of Jackson Elias and someone you may have previously met. Yeah, just tuck that map back in for now.
We have not met him. But it's cool we're in a book.
Yay!
Yes.
We made it.
Right, yeah, that's true. You're in a book now. That is pretty cool.
He didn't ask my permission. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, you guys talked back and forth over the years, so I'm assuming he would have given you a pseudonym or whatever if you didn't want to be called that exactly. And in fact, I'm sure he did not use anybody's real name, for sure.
He should. He should.
So, given this telegram talking about information concerning the Carlisle expedition, does anybody on their travels to New York, does anybody feel the need to do any research about what the heck is this Carlisle expedition? What do I need to know before I get there? What is he getting us into?
I have a whole university at my disposal. But yeah.
Well, on your way over, yeah, sure. Let's see. I don't need any rolls. I just wanted to know if anybody was interested.
I don't really think that Declan would do that.
That's fine. That is absolutely fine.
I've probably gone to the library to read something because I'm always in the library at home.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and so those of you that go to the library to try to figure out, like, what the heck was this Carlisle expedition? And maybe you even gained an interest in these kinds of expeditions. I mean, this is the time for expeditions, right? You know, that we're in. And after you went on one yourself, maybe every time you check the newspaper, you're like, I wonder what's going on. You're like, who's looking for something next? And catches your eye. I'm going to go ahead and uncover the expedition number 4. A little clipping from, if you don't mind reading that, I was going to say Onyxia, Iris. Would you mind reading that? And go ahead and just start at the top, the New York Pillar.
The New York Pillar repost, April 4th, 1919. Big Apple Dateline. Roger Carlyle, the playboy whom everybody knows or knows about, is quietly leaving New York tomorrow to check out the tombs of Egypt. You've seen the cuties Roger has found in the night spots. Who can doubt he'll dig up someone or something equally fabulous from the Egyptian sands?
So it looks like we have Looks like we have a womanizer or playboy on our hands, for sure. Would anyone like to read the next one?
Yeah, sure, I can. Okay, no, go, Amy. Go. You take one. Go.
Okay. The New York Pillar reposts on April 5th, 1990. The Carlisle expedition embarks for London. Can you guys hear me okay?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I can scoot this way, if that helps.
Oh, yeah.
Led by the fabulously wealthy playboy Roger, the Carlisle expedition departed this morning for Southampton aboard the British steamship Imperial Standard. Contrary to earlier reports, the expedition will perform researches in London under the auspices of Penhew. Sorry, it like fades out on there. The Penhew Foundation before continuing to Egypt next month. What?
So did you read?
No. Readers may recall the enormous party which Mr. Carlisle, now 24, gave at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel upon reaching his majority. Since then, scandals and indelicate behavior have become Carlisle's trademark, but he has never become tarnished in the eyes of Manhattanites. Members of the expedition have been reluctant to reveal their purpose in Egypt. Other expedition members. Renowned Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew is assistant leader of the team and in charge of excavations. Dr. Robert Houston, a fashionable Freudian psychologist, accompanies the expedition to pursue parallel researches into ancient pictographs. Miss Hypatia Masters, linked into the past to Carlisle, will act as photographer and archivist. Mr. Jack Brady, intimate to Mr. Carlisle, accompanies the group as general factotum. Additional members may be secured while in London.
Yeah. Sounds gathering a crew, kind of like what you guys went through a little bit. But I guess that's all expeditions in a way, you gotta get your crew. All right. And Chad, if you were having any difficulties, I believe there should be sandwiched, if I remember correctly. So you just pull that middle paper and then flip it over, and then just slide it right back in. And I think that's all that needs to be done there.
Just it has the front piece, and then the thingy on the back.
Oh, yep, perfect. However and I have it flipped, right? So when you flip through, it's perfect. Okay. Yeah, and they'll match up exactly with the handout number and title. So you'll know exactly what's okay to pull. All right. Research continues. And research is kind of sparse back then. Not everybody's writing everything about other people. There's newspaper clippings, so you can go through and get help and try to find hits on somebody's name and stuff like that, but there's no guarantee there's going to be anything. All right, expedition number 6. Anybody? Any takers?
Carlisle departs Egypt. Cairo, Associated Press. Sir Aubrey Penhew, temporary spokesman for the Carlisle expedition, indicated are taking ship to East Africa for a well-earned rest. Sir Aubrey debunked rumors that the expedition had discovered clues to the legendary wealth of the lost mines of King Solomon, maintaining that the party was going on safari in respite from our sandy labors. Roger Carlisle, wealthy New York leader of the expedition, was unavailable for comment, still suffering from his recent sunstroke. Discussing that unfortunate incident, local experts declared Egypt entirely too hot for Anglo-Saxons at this time of year, and suggested that the young American had not been well served by his democratic enthusiasm, rumored to have led to him personally wielding the pick and shovel.
Wow.
What is this white guy doing?
It is.
Hey, white dude, you're gonna die.
Quit it.
Those wasps need to stay out. We get it.
Sunstroke.
I love it. All right, let's continue. Let's do another one. I'll do the next one. New York Pillar Post, July 31st, 1919. Important visitors, Mombasa, Reuters. Leading members. What? Say again?
You're correct.
Reuters. Okay. Leading members of American archaeological archaeological expedition arrived here on the holiday from digs in Egypt's Nile Valley. Our Undersecretary, Mr. Royston Whittington, held a welcoming dinner for them at Collingswood House, where the wit of Sir Aubrey Penhew, expedition co-leader, was much in evidence. Accompanying Sir Aubrey are the youthful financier Roger Carlyle and the medical doctor Robert Houston, as well as the socialite Miss Hypatia Masters. The party leaves inland today for Nairobi and hunting. It's kind of traveling around, right? Hopping around from place to place. All right. Next one, Expedition 8.
Carlisle expedition feared lost. Mombasa, routers. Uplands police representatives today asked for public assistance concerning the possible disappearance of the Carlisle expedition. No word of the party has been received in nearly 2 months. The group includes wealthy playboy Roger Carlyle and 4 other American citizens, as well as Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew of the United Kingdom. The expedition left Nairobi on August 3rd, ostensibly on safari, but rumor insisted they actually were after legendary biblical treasures. While Carlyle and his party reportedly intended to explore portions of the Great Rift Valley to the northwest of Nairobi.
Interesting. It seems like every other one of these has them angled at some other fantastical treasure or another.
It's like rumors.
Yeah. And also it looks okay, October 15th looks like they've been missing for a little bit, or no one's heard from them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because like the other new clipping before started in April. Is April 4th, April 5th, July 4th, July 31st, and now October 15th.
I mean, it literally says not no word received in nearly 2 months.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it all started in April, though.
Well, they left for Nairobi at the end of July 31st.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry. And yet we have more. Let's continue the research. So we
fear lost, but perhaps
not. Expedition 9. Any takers? It's about a girl.
I'll do it.
So it is.
Erica Carlisle arrives in Africa. This is March 11th, 1920.
So that's the next year, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
In response to clues, Miss Erica Carlisle, sister to the American leader of the lost Carlisle expedition, arrived in port today aboard the Egyptian vessel Fount of Life. Several Kikuyu villager reports recently have been received concerning the putative massacre of unnamed whites near the Aberdare Forest. Miss Carlisle declared her intention to find her brother regardless of the effort needed. She brought with her the nucleus of a large expedition, detailing agents to coordinate supply and other activities with the colony representatives. Miss Carlisle and the remainder of her party depart for Nairobi tomorrow. Her companion, Miss Victoria Post, indirectly emphasized Miss Carlisle's purposefulness by recounting the rigors of the voyage.
You can tell she's serious because she did this.
Right.
She stayed out on deck for hours at a time, only drinking 3 martinis.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I take that as well. So I'm glad you said it like that. Oh, man. All right, let's press on. Number 10.
Uh-oh.
Carlisle massacre confirmed. Nairobi, routers. The massacre of the long-missing Carlisle expedition was confirmed today by district police representatives. Roger Carlisle, New York's rollicking playboy, is counted among the dead. Authorities blame hostile Nandi tribesmen for the shocking murders. Remains of at least 24 expedition members and bearers are thought found in a remote region of the Aberdare Forest. Carlisle massacre confirmed. Continued from page 1. Erica Carlisle, Roger Carlisle's sister and apparent heiress to the Carlisle family fortune, led the dangerous search for her brother and his party. She credited Kikuyu tribesmen for the discovery, though police actually found the site. Among other expedition members believed lost are Sir Aubrey Penhew, noted Egyptologist, New York socialite Hypatia Masters, and Dr. Robert Houston. Many bears are also reported dead.
Those 4 cupbearers.
Yep, the cupbearers. So it seems like they got.
Mm-hmm.
They got. And Erica Eris.
2 dozen.
That FAFO curve eventually, it gets too steep. You get fucked.
Yeah, this is true.
How many times do you have to fuck around on these random places?
To find out.
All right. Well, here we go.
The adventurers should retire, right? Eventually.
Hey, she didn't die.
Correct. Correct. One more. Last
Murder
one.
is hanged. Nairobi, Reuters. 5 Nandi tribesmen, convicted ringleaders of the vicious Carlisle expedition massacre, were executed this morning after a short, expertly conducted trial. To the end, the tribesmen steadfastly refused to reveal why they had slaughtered Mr. Carlisle and his companions. Mr. Harvis, acting for the colony, cleverly implied throughout the trial that the massacre was racial in motivation and that the fair-skinned victims were subject to the most savage treatment, preventing all but the most preliminary identification of the remains. Miss Erica Carlisle, defeated in her efforts to rescue her brother, left several weeks ago, but is surely comforted now by the triumph of justice.
It's those martinis. Excellent. Yeah, so, they got justice, right?
It obviously was expertly conducted by the colony.
By the colony, yeah. And Erica, left, so problem solved, right?
Obviously.
So there you go. A little bit of insight that you're able to glean from, newspaper articles and stuff during the time from when you find out about this expedition. Or maybe you knew about it. Maybe you already knew this info. But anyway, either way, Elias reached out, and this put a bug in your ear. And so this information is what you know. So you guys head to New York, and unless anybody has any special thing they want to say, I went by the train and whatever. Otherwise, I'll just say you arrive in New York. It's fine.
Sorry, one note I meant to ask at the start.
Please.
I know we did our trainings last time.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do the age?
We didn't do the age. Did you want to do anything with your ages? You want to just age up?
Because I thought there's a mechanic behind it. I don't know the threshold that it needs to change, but...
And I wasn't going to hold anybody to it, because I think you start to lose things
at some point in time. I think you get, you have the ability to, increase your education or your wealth or something, but at some point you do lose mobility and strength and stuff.
Yeah. There's thresholds.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know if anybody crossed the threshold. I went from early 40s to mid 40s technically. I don't know if that's the threshold or if it's 40, 50, 60. I don't remember how it's set up.
Let me do a quick look.
Well, I guess the main thing that made me think of it while you're doing that, I'm sure at some point or other, I was at least rubbing elbows with compatriots of Carlisle, so I'm sure that alone was intriguing enough to pull me out of my hiding, my move, if you will. So,
absolutely, yeah. You're like, okay.
I'm sure I didn't know every last detail, but I'm sure I was quite intrigued.
The hook sunk. Yeah, so let's do this real quick. If everybody is interested, it's on page 32 for those who have the book. 15 to 19, 20 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59. So do we have any that fall into going past the 9? You're crossing over a 9 number?
Would have been. It's 5 years, right?
4 years.
Yeah, it would have been 31 to 35. So no.
No, it looks like the only person that does is Iris.
Yep.
So, Iris, you go from 28 to, 32?
32.
Oh, actually, no, that one's not one. because that one is a bigger one, 20 to 39 instead of 20. So, yeah. So
Cool.
no one aged anyways. Not enough to matter. Cool. Well, that's solved.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, I remembered that we had done that, and I was sitting there going, okay, what now and what then, and
it's definitely worth bringing up. I don't think we'll need that to do it again, but just so you know, let's just say the 20 to 39 is make an improvement for EDU, and the next age above that is make 2 improvement checks for EDU and deduct 5 points amongst strength, con, and dex, and reduce at by 5. So it's a pretty big hit going forward.
Yeah.
Get smarter, but the rest is so. Cool. Yeah, so you guys arrive in good old New York. Let me get my sound set here.
Do we do luck?
Not today, since we did the luck of all the gaining the luck from last time.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't really had a session since then, but we'll definitely do it next time.
Okay.
Definitely do it next time. Streets of New York. Click button. Boop. Let's see. Where are we?
Harlem, apparently.
You guys are... Yeah, so I guess that's my next question. Do you guys have any preference on where you're going to stay? I have a few here. There's something called the New Grand Hotel at Broadway and 31st. There's like a little cluster of hotels in a certain area. What do they call it? Midtown. And that's where it recommends.
Sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah, and what I was getting to was I looked up it says the price, $2 to $5.50 a day, $2.50 a day. I'm like, shoot, that sounds expensive. And so I go look up what was $2 in 1920, and that's like $31 back then. So I mean, I guess that is pretty expensive, but it's not. It's also not like top end. It's just it's a nice hotel. Yeah.
So I I was hanging around Lower Manhattan because that's where NYU was, and I don't know if that's where everything of import was, but
that's fine. I mean, it's New York; like you can get everywhere. So
yeah. Well, what I was gonna say, I imagine my little brother, I imagine, might be more like Brooklyn,
sure, yeah,
rather than fancy Manhattan. But not far.
Yeah, not far. Oh, yeah, and by the way, so it's January 15th, and it is so cold.
Hell yeah.
So fucking cold. There was a blizzard that had just come through a few days ago, and the streets got covered in snow, and
everyone
died, and you're the only ones left because you flew in.
28 days later, let's go.
No, but seriously, they have like crews of people like trying to clear out the streets. You know, transportation was at a standstill a few days ago. It's still lagging behind, but it's not. It's 1920s. You know, you can only do so much about the acts of God that shut down your new cities. So, yeah. So if everybody's fine with that, we'll just say you stay at the New Grand Hotel at Broadway and 31st, which on the little map, I believe is, I'll give you a number so you can look at it. Grand Hotel, New Grand Hotel, number 17. If you look at the map on Legend Keeper of New York City, you can see number 17. It's kind of in the middle right there.
Yeah, it's Midtown.
No, it's on Broadway.
Where NYU is conveniently also located on the map.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like we have a lot of our... I'm not very familiar with New York, so it looks like we have a lot of our like municipal stuff down at the east side of Lower Manhattan, on the edge there. Like, that's what it looked like to me. post office, city hall, you know, that kind of
That's
jazz.
the west side of Lower Manhattan.
Oh, thank you. Yes, the west side.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is my map wrong?
No, my
I get what
compass
you mean,
is.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, do you think you guys would have talked and had a plan to like get a place together, or do you think you would get there and meet up, or? There's no wrong answer.
I would probably reach out to Abigail to see if she's going. And to meet up whenever we get there.
Yeah, I don't think I would have reached out. I think I would just see them when I get there.
Yeah, I would have figured out a way to meet up with Iris at least.
Sorry. The Harlem map has the Cotton Club on it. I know that one.
What were you saying, Amy?
I would have found a way to meet up with Iris.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, I've been in communication with you guys. If I'm not staying in the same hotel necessarily as Declan, I would have probably at least been attempting to, coordinate.
I mean, if someone reached out to me, I would respond, but I'm not reaching out to anyone. Like I think we agreed there was like some limited back and forth. It's not unfriendly. I'm not initiating communication with people. So if someone asks, "Are we staying here? Or do you want to stay here? Or what about this?" I would be there.
Probably get a letter at least monthly. Just that way.
That's a lot of letters.
That is a lot of letters.
It's fucking 1920.
Yeah,
across country.
It's our Discord message, right?
Right? Like
once a month.
I'm not doom scrolling on Twitter. I'm like, I'll just write that. Hey, man.
You're just yeah, that's true. It's hard for me to think of it that way, but you're so right. You're like, shit, I ain't got nothing to do. Should I write a letter?
Let me type up an email. No way.
This is fascinating though, because I'm just thinking about like you can only have as much to do as you make for yourself to do. So yeah, they're just pondering about your friends. I should send a letter, and hopefully they send me one back, so I know what they're up to.
Probably legit all get one at least monthly, regardless of whether you reply or anything else.
It.
This is just like, hey.
I love it. All right, so let's say it sounds like since you reached out to everybody, you could all be at the same hotel at least at the same time for some reason, one or another. So
sure, yeah. I'm not gonna fight that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Like I
said, we can say it doesn't even happen on the same day, but like trickled over.
I'm not trying to avoid people. Yeah. It's just
Yeah. So like as people are trickling in to New York, you finally meet up and all that kind of stuff, and maybe you talk back and forth to Jackson Elias, and on the 15th, we can say you arrived a few days earlier or whatever, but on the 15th. You get a call from Jackson Elias at wherever the majority of you are staying at. So you can disseminate the information however you feel fit. He requests that you meet him along with any others. We'll say it's like 6 p.m. right now on the 15th, so at night, maybe a little later. He requests that you meet him along with any other investigators, all of you, at the Hotel Chelsea at room 410 at 8 p.m. And the Hotel Chelsea is pretty close. It's just a few blocks north. 3 north, 5 or 6
What
west.
did I forget? Why are we doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme and like pointing at the TV?
My premonition from a dream was the room 410.
Oh, sorry. Does Declan know that, or did you just talk about it? Did you tell all of us? Honestly, don't remember.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Yes, everyone knows.
I think it was over at Campfire.
That's fine. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was kind of strange on the phone though. He was a little short. didn't really. He just wanted to tell you that, and he got off. Like, he didn't. It's not. He wasn't like himself, to draw on, have conversation, whatever. It was like, hey, you guys need to meet me 8 p.m. my hotel, 410. And so you know that it's located just right northwest of you guys.
Couple blocks.
And with that, I have one more thing to say before I just open the doors to you all. If you go to... you have a physical version of the calendar. How you manage that is you can do that physically if you want to or not. But what I did in Foundry is I made us a calendar map. And you guys should be able to click it. So go check and make sure you can click that.
Cool.
And does that work? Oh, beautiful.
It does.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. So maybe dry erase for you. If you got one. Or pen. You can permanently write on it. But it is very important for us to track our days. So please keep me and us honest. To make sure we track our days accurately. So I have it marked off currently. It's the 15th of January. At night. Or late evening, I guess you would call it. Late evening, six something.
Sounds like almost bedtime.
Let's go.
They're honking at you already.
Right? God.
Like,
hey, I'm walking here!
No, I'm driving here!
Tony.
Listen here, Toots. I'm walking.
Love it. You need to do some sound bites, and I'll just put it into the music. So
Yeah.
We'll laugh. We'll just keep laughing the whole time. Oh, man. So with that, investigators, imagine yourself however you imagine yourself. Are you together? Are you not? Whatever it may be, I release the world to you.
So when it is now January
15th
15th.
Yes, sir.
at 6
And that is
p.m.
the day he told us to meet at
Correct.
the thing.
Yes.
And that's the same day he called us.
Correct. Yes. So you
Okay.
you guys would have arrived a few days earlier, trickling in. I would imagine it's kind of hard to all arrive at the exact same time, but as you guys did so, perhaps you caught up, and maybe that's something we should go over. Whatever.
Well, I was gonna say, I would have been letting you guys know. I imagine, especially nature of travel and timelines and everything in this era. I probably got there a hot minute early.
Well, here, let's do this, Chad. How about we take the scene to the hotel that everybody's staying in? Maybe you were there with him, and he calls that room, and whoever you answer the call and talk to him. Let's start from there.
Cool.
Well, if regardless of I ensure everyone is in the room.
Right, and you guys have any time for like introductions, like, oh hi, everybody finally just got gathered, and you get the call.
I'm just like this, hotel stationery here. You just see Hotel Chelsea, 8 p.m. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Room 410.
And it is just circled, and I'm like, Iris.
Yes.
I don't like that, right?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a weird one. I don't know how I feel about that. How did he sound?
Not like
normal.
He was. You said he was just like rushed, right? He was just kind of
clipped. Normally his his draw and
Jackson's very deliberate. This was just it was like the telegram, right? Like, it wasn't Jackson Elias telling me this. Somebody else in Jackson Elias's voice, which I don't use that phrase without intentionality, given the two of us, and our. And I just kind of put the notepad down, and I go over to the, well-stocked bar, and I'm...
Oh, yeah, because it's New York in the 1920s. They have a full-ass bar in each room. Yeah.
I got whatever room had the bar.
And like how bad that premonition was, I'm gonna like ask for a on the rocks drink.
Yeah, I'm making two. You guys notice immediately. I'm not making one. I'm clearly making two. And I turn around. Did you two want anything? Because I know we're having one.
Not right now.
Just shake my head.
Got it. Deliver you a drink and just heavily sit down.
Oh yeah, prohibition goes into effect in 2 days.
What?
Pardon?
Prohibition goes into effect. I had to look it up because I'm like, prohibition should be very close to now, and I looked it up. Prohibition was written into the Constitution, amendment to the Constitution went into effect January 17th, 1920. Oh, sorry, we're in.
That would have been funny. That would have been funny as fuck if we're like sneaking booze the whole time.
Well, we are. I mean, it's 1925.
I thought you said okay.
Yeah, it went to effect 1920, and it wasn't repealed until 1933. So we're talking full on speakeasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a bar in your room then. You just have your boot liquor.
Oh, I got a case though.
Well, yeah, you personally do, but it's not.
Boot liquor.
There's
in your boot.
Plenty of bars. They're just not bars.
Yeah. They're no bars.
Speakeasies.
Yeah, so you break out your flask.
Oh no, I there was a case. It's strapped together.
Oh, I love it.
I pull out my full bartender's kit.
Your alchemy kit.
Yeah. Oh. Bring over.
Can I read?
Some hard on the rocks.
The room 410 thing again, or no? Should we not?
That's what I was gonna say.
I would suggest not, because technically it's been 4 years.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
I was telling her I would suggest her not to reread it again, because technically it's been 4 years of that memory, where to us it's just been a little bit ago.
True. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that would have stuck with her.
Yeah.
Like nothing, because it's like she had it and then nothing happened about it for 4 years. So it's probably on her fucking mind.
Yeah, maybe it's been a nightmare every single night.
Do you want to make a roll for it? Do you want to do a luck roll or a psychometry roll to kind of see how vivid you remember this?
Yeah. That sounds cool.
Which one do you want to do?
Luck or what?
Psychometry.
I'll do that one. Psychometry.
Okay.
Click on it. 15, 2 gold stars.
Yay!
Perfect. Yeah, so go ahead and do you want to read it again for everybody?
Yeah, I can read it. You are standing in the dimly lit corridor of a hotel. Ahead of you is a hotel room door bearing the number 410. As you knock on the door, you hear a muffled cry and movement within. A sense of foreboding grips you as you look at the faces of your companions. Something terrible lies within. But with a moment of hesitation, you rush through the door into room 410 to find what lies within and ... your destiny. The scene fades to black.
That's it.
That's it.
I deliver your drink. I feel like perhaps we need to arrive a little early. Thoughts? Or not at all? I guess that's
true. Absolutely.
the question.
No, I'm
I say we
going.
try to meet him in a different room.
I shake my head. Nope. Going to 410.
It was clipped. He gave us a room, a building, a room, and a time.
Hotel Chelsea, room 410, 8 p.m. Bring everybody.
I ring up.
Who you calling?
I'm gonna ring up the
Lifeline. Using Lifeline.
Yes.
Okay.
Call a friend.
Call a friend. Ask the audience.
I was trying to remember the sort of technology shenanigans at the time.
Rotary phone?
At the time.
Rotary
Well, yeah. I guess what I was trying to decide is
it goes
would
to
they have
operator.
them in every room or not?
It depends. So, not in the not fancy ones. If Abigail's footing the bill for your stay, probably has a phone. If not, probably not.
If I am, probably not.
Because Abigail has the credit rating to support such a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna be here that long, so I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
Well, it just
So there you go.
depends on
Yes.
Do it.
If she's willing, then yes, there is a phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over and ring the operator. Hey, I need Hotel Chelsea, and I'm going to talk to the people at the front desk and ask if they can connect me with Mr. Jackson Elias.
Sure thing. One moment. And then come over. Hotel Chelsea. How can I direct your call? What are you calling for?
Hello, sir. I'm looking for a guest of yours, Mr. Jackson Elias. He's a good friend of mine. I need to speak with him.
Room 10.
Okay. What room is that?
I believe you said 410.
All right. Let me just. Yep. That matches up with our records here. 1 second. Now forward that along. Just goes on and on. Nothing.
I finished my
No.
drink. I stayed on the line for a good, minute solid.
Okay. Yeah. It just continues to ring. No answer.
I imagine it would for a hot minute at least.
I don't know if they manually had to disconnect these connections, so I'm assuming they have some kind of timer and then they just...
No, they do, because
Yeah.
there's only a certain number of slots that they can transfer calls through. They will disconnect you.
Yeah, so you get to some point.
I mean, I'm not talking like indefinitely, but at least a minute.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, we have to go make sure he's safe.
Well, we have to make sure we're safe. So, let's be ready.
Let's just be on our toes. It's not our first rodeo. Come on, guys. Let's go for the adventure.
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Going to be on our toes. We're going to go a little bit early, and we're going to make sure that we are prepared.
I'll look at my fancy watch and be like, well, we should probably go. And I stand up and go to the door.
I check the weapon that I have already checked it twice today. Zach, is there anything about certain burrows, areas, anything from my past dealings that I would want to avoid, or areas or specific locations?
Not that's relevant right now. I mean, it's just literally a little bit of ways. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about any of that right now. Yeah.
Oh, just curious.
I mean, we're not even going through different boroughs. We're in Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going.
That's why I wasn't sure some of my backstory shenanigans. Specific locales. That's why I was just chicken.
Can I say that since I'm not used to this cold weather, I haggled with somebody on the street for a big long coat. Traded them some crystals.
What? This is 1920s. It's not the ice age.
Well, I didn't expect how cold it would be. Not crystals, like mystical crystals, like things that I had in my shop.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
If you needed
I don't
a
have
coat,
money.
you could have I've got the giant the fucking trench coats. So you could have one of it would be giant, but you could have one, or you can have your own fur coat.
I
probably have multiple coats. You can have one.
You wear the mink, I'll wear the ermine.
Yeah, right.
I'll offer you one of mine, and you're like, oh, it's so great. thanks. And then Abigail's like, oh, no. Here you go.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
much better.
I'll go with that.
You need to stay warm. Huh?
Nice and fuzzy.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I've never had anything like this before.
I'm glad you guys are thinking about this because it's deadly out there, deadly cold.
Oh yeah.
So you nicely bundled up.
I make sure Declan has a fucking hat. Not Declan. Yes, Declan.
Yeah, Declan.
I wanted to call you Nolan. I'm like, that's not right.
Close.
I make sure you have a
you ask about my hat and it's like super worn down, but like it's my favorite one, and you just kind of like you're like oh yeah, it's so that was so fashionable.
It's a great hat. I don't know if it's gonna be warm enough though. I worry about your health.
And you're looking
I did enough damage before, man. Like I want to make sure you're okay.
How's your face looking, Declan?
I mean, probably pretty scarred up. It was healed compared to what it was, but it's not like they had good plastic surgery. No. So there's a noticeable scar. I think the bigger issue is my terrible arthritis from my injuries in the war, and then from getting my sternum, chest, stomach almost caved in.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's hurting worse.
You know, one of those cereal bowl chests now?
No, I don't think I'm quite that bad, but it's definitely like I'm just fucked up, and I'm in my late 30s, so I'm practically 80. Well, mid 30s, I guess. But so I'm like 75 at this point.
Yeah.
He's
about dead then.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
if you're
he's got 1.5 feet in the grave.
Jeez, you are.
He's got a toe sticking out. That's all.
47. It's all behind me.
I had a quick sidebar on this note. How old are the Friends people in the Friends show? Weren't they like
they're supposed to be
like,
way younger. They're early 20s. So first season they're early 20s.
But they look like they're pushing 40.
Well, so the actors were actually young too. The actors were like early mid 20s for the most part. Lisa Kudrow was the oldest. She was, I think, almost 30 in the first season. The actress was.
I could see that.
Anyway, I always thought they looked so much older than they were supposed to be.
No, they're just fucking. They're those Hollywood people. Like they just look oldish. I mean, some of it's makeup and styling too, but they were supposed to be. They were really close to their alleged ages throughout the show. Lisa Kudrow was the only one that was kind of different.
They just did them up.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go far too tangent. So you leave.
Well, just Vincent is still fancy, but not Abigail fancy.
I'm already downstairs hailing a cab for us and holding them as you guys come down. The guy's like, I gotta go. What are we doing?
Yeah, what? Is it just you or what?
No, my friends are coming. Hold on. As you finally come out the front door.
I come out, jump in the cab.
If I knew the words to that Miley Cyrus song, I would sing it, but I don't. So, that song she had, where she was talking about jumps in, it's like she's in LA, she goes in a cab or something.
Party in the USA?
Yeah, that song. I legitimately couldn't remember the name, but yeah.
So good. Okay, you guys hop in the. I'm glad I have no idea what you're talking about. You hop in the car, and make your way up, and you just see like just traffic is sparse. It's not even backed up just because so many different roads are blocked off and cars are covered in snow. I guess the taxi cab union has found the perfect route to still get around their covered cars in the garage or something, and paying the boys to come clear certain roads to get their fares by the hotels, like by yours. So you guys hop in the car and head to the Hotel Chelsea. You guys arrive at the Hotel Chelsea, unless there's anything you would like to do. Murder anybody on the way.
I kill every single person we come in contact with
as possible.
My star rating is like a 4 from GTA right now.
No. Yep.
It's frozen, so they can't get the tanks out after us, right? That's how that works.
Yep. Airstrike. But yeah. So you get to Hotel Chelsea.
You brought your gear so that we can break through the floor in 5:10 and come down upon the heads of all of our foes, right?
No, I guess not.
Nope.
You see a 12-story red brick building, magnificent staircase, It was built as like an apartment building of some sort in 1884-ish, but reopened as a hotel about 20 years ago. You would know Vincent probably a little more than the rest of everyone else, since you're kind of local. That a lot of the guests would be long-term residents. And it's a hotel that's popular with like artists and writers and musicians, kind of like a bohemian reputation to it.
The Spot.
The Spot. And although many hotels did not permit African-American guests or visitors, the Hotel Chelsea had a far more enlightened attitude, and welcomed all within its doors. So, a little bit of information that you would know and, maybe tell everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a picture of it.
Maybe we'll see somebody famous.
I point out,
Can I get a selfie?
Such and such used to live here. So and so used to live there. Been around a few times.
So what do you guys do?
Is there? I mean, there's nothing I would know useful about. Like, I mean, it's just a fucking hotel. Like, there's a lobby, there's a bar, there's a restaurant, there's a bunch of rooms. Like,
yeah, no restaurant. There probably would have been a bar there, probably closed down or used for something else right now. Huh? The milk bar, yes, yeah. There would be like some kind of concierge or desk in there for sure though.
Yeah.
Lobby.
Yeah. Just I'm sure Declan and I are both. Before we give any care whatsoever to the person at the desk, we're we were scoping out the even on the entrance, like, were there any assholes outside?
Sure.
Like, look of like, is there any?
So before you guys even go in, who you're doing that, I guess, or maybe you and Declan?
I assume he's probably also doing it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a spot hidden.
Fail.
I don't think a 63 is going to get it.
Nope.
No.
Where do you go? Every time you roll, you go.
Short of like printing out my sheet.
Oh,
I can't quite read it off of there.
Okay.
You guys are here, so I just leave it up and I go reference the numbers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can tell you next. I'll tell you next time. Just pull it up so you know. Yeah, that doesn't quite do it. So no, you guys don't notice anything. There's a homeless person out front. Not much traffic going around. I mean, it's Broadway. Or no, it's not Broadway. It's north of Broadway. So yeah, not much going on around here right now. It looks more residential in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making this, I don't have a map. I'm not going to be pulling up the current map of New York and making sure that everything's exactly how I say it is. So
it better
not
be
acceptable.
Spot on. I'm going to do a tour of this campaign, and I better not get lost.
I will say it is very nice to have listened to people who have lived in New York, a majority of their lives, and be like, oh yeah, we just go up, East 23rd and blah 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 blah. That is nice, and it flows very well, and they can all banter about it. But fortunately, we have the opposite here.
We know random pop culture things about New York City.
You got us around New York pretty well when we went.
We did it. That's right. we did it. I was just a wee lad back then.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm sure we're looking out for anybody remotely suspect looking, and then making our way to the counter.
Okay.
Probably at least an hour early.
I'm just like repeating everything that I saw in that dream over and over and over again.
Sure.
Like,
don't worry, I'm sure you're going to experience it momentarily.
Yes.
So so about 7-ish, you go up to the front desk, and there is a young lad up there. How can
I mean,
help you?
I assume proper protocol is we're just like, hey, I need to go to this room, like, or do I even need to go to the desk?
Do we even know to go to the desk?
You just start walking up the stairs.
I would.
Is it a nice hotel? If it's a nice hotel, you definitely go to the desk. Or they'll be like, sir, can I help you, sir?
It's more of a long-term thing. So, but I mean, there are like other people that do short-term stays. I would say you could get away with both. It's just more about how you approach the situation, right?
I think so. My opinion is that if unless it's like just super cheap and seedy, like back then they cared more, they would stop you if they didn't recognize you, and they just to ask, not because they think you're gonna. It's just that's what they did.
Right. Yeah.
Like
having doormen and all that.
Yeah. So and I think Vincent will probably take the opportunity to see if he can, milk any information out of this young lad. Hello there, my friend. Listen, I need to call my friend Jackson. He invited us to come see him. Room 410. Might have spoke with you earlier.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's all that matches what I've got here. So yeah, you're free to go visit your friend.
Have you seen Mr. Elias recently? He tends to come and go.
Mr. Elias, I haven't seen him on my shift. I got here at lunch. And,
but in recent days?
In recent days? Yeah, he comes and goes, yeah. I've seen him in and out.
Oh, so at least he's here, and it's not just somebody using his name.
Glad you've seen him about. We haven't seen him in a while. He tends to take a few trips.
Yeah, every now and then he toss me one of those delicious gyros out front.
He does enjoy a good gyro. Lamb, of course.
There's no other.
It's the only way. Well, thank you, young man. Here's your tip for your help, and I'll
thank you for the penny.
So rich.
It's a lot back then.
I flip him a nickel.
Yeah, nickel. For some reason, that just sounds like it's
better,
as insignificant, but so much better at the same time.
Right. It's not copper, okay?
It's not
copper. It's silvery looking.
You could really hurt somebody if you flick somebody with a nickel.
So I'll head to my preferred staircase that I know is near to the correct side of the hotel.
Sure. Yeah. So you guys head up. You could hear maybe some like musical instruments, as you pass through different going up the stairway and stuff like that. Doesn't seem to be any kind of people causing a ruckus. It's a bohemian place, like people are living, it's not nobody's bothering anybody, from what you can tell, at least your brief jaunt through the hotel. And you make your way, okay, let's see, 402, 404, this way, okay.
I ensure that everything is, not frozen or stuck, and, get everything ready to go on the holster there.
Okay. Sure. And you make your way through, and you eventually arrive outside room 410.
Do we hear anything?
So you're gonna pause and listen outside, see if you hear.
Yeah, I'm kind of like frozen for a moment.
Okay.
Saying like, this is the moment.
Does the door in the hallway kind of fit what she saw in her premonition dream?
I would say so. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a listen roll for pausing and listening.
Okay. 91.
Damn.
And I have a freaking 57 in listen.
Right as she's trying to listen, I'm like, hey, I wonder. Turn around and glare at me.
Yeah.
You're like, shut up. Can I listen? Never mind. To the rooms beside it.
Let's give. You can, yeah. So you walk away to a different door, and you're gonna go listen there.
Yeah, I'll let someone else.
What'd you roll just now?
72.
No.
Oh wait, can we all roll? I mean, I'm listening, but I didn't put my ear to the door.
Try it.
It's up to you. I mean, you were saying you were distracting her, but that's fine. You can just. But as she walks away, you know.
Okay, of course I fucking pass this. The thing that doesn't. Sure, I pass. And it's a critical from Delta Green, so that means it works here too.
It was a 69.
No, it was a 22.
Oh, 22. Okay.
Crit success.
22 under 30. Wait, where did you roll?
I rolled in the chat.
Oh, perfect. Oh, and then Abigail's came after. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm distracted by the other music.
Yeah, maybe you're like, oh, I think I know what they're playing. I think I know what they're playing. You are listening and you hear what sounds like a near breathless kind of screams, like a coming from inside.
And
then you hear like shuffling inside.
I kind of freeze and I unholster my gun and I like move to the side of the door and just I don't know. I don't signal. That's all I do. I'm waiting for. I'm
not as on it as you because obviously I missed my listen. Quite certain this movement.
I'm waiting for you to respond.
Back into business.
Yeah, so and either get behind me or the other side of the door, and then
I give you the nod. I get to the other side of the door. I reach the hand over, give you the nod.
Yep. Try the door, and if it opens, I'll go inside.
The door does not open.
All right.
Does it? So it's the old timey. Back then, they had just like a.
We don't have a key to the.
It's a hotel, so they have it's an actual lock on the door.
I was gonna ask. I thought they just had a thumb lock and a chain. They had a deadbolt on the door.
Yes, of course. It's a hotel. They got to have something.
I honestly didn't know. It's 1925. I had no idea.
I'm sure they're pickable. You can pick
so yeah, I if the door doesn't open, I go back and I've kicked a lot of doors in my day. Well, no, I haven't. This is not 1990. I've kicked some doors probably in my day. And
at least one or two.
I try to kick the door.
Oh, excellent. Give me a strength roll there.
Okay.
Can I assist on a strength roll?
23 under 60.
You don't need to, but yeah, you can right here. And you hear a crunch, as the door cracks right there where the bolt is.
I'm aiming over.
Yeah, I go inside and go to the left, assuming that he'll go to the right, and I'm looking to see where the scream came from.
Okay. Now is
Jackson's in there with 3 beautiful ladies of the night.
How did you know?
Grand old time.
No, I'm just.
I guess no.
Unfortunately, that is not the case. And I'm in an impasse at this moment because I've been kicking this over in my head over and over and over and over and over. We have an opportunity to use a new rule set here or not. And the new rule set is chase rules. Chase rules.
I mean,
yeah.
I kicked the door in, so I'm committed. Let's fucking go.
Well, so the reason I'm being transparent about this is because it's not something we've done, and it acts like initiative, but it has its own nuances and quirks. So some people use it, most people use it, and most people who use it say, I'm glad we use that because it makes things more interesting, blah, blah, blah. But it can also be a jerk to people as well,
Yeah, but I'm not going to metagame. I committed. I'm in.
Well, no, I'm not saying. I'm saying our options are to continue as I normally would and will narratively and initiatively as needed do something, or use the chase rules, which it gamifies the possibility of getting certain directions, overcoming obstacles, making sure you use your actions correctly. Do you want to chase? Do you want to shoot? That kind of thing.
So is this like someone goes out the fire escape and we have to go out after them?
Exactly.
That kind of thing?
Exactly.
I think that sounds fun.
Okay.
Declan almost always dies anyways, so let's try it.
Let's try it. It is 10:36. I'm so hesitant to start this because we'll try it. So you open the door, and you see inside 3 men.
Well, so how about this?
Go ahead.
If it affects you. So trying to be realistic, I'm not an idiot. So if I see 6 mafia guys with Tommy guns go out the fire escape, I'm not going to chase them alone. If that influences, I'm not going to be dumb about it, but like I'm going to do what Declan would do regardless. No, like if I think it makes sense to chase them, I will chase them.
Right.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Let's continue the description of what you guys see, and then we'll go from there. You see 3 guys. You see what look to be like 2 African American or dark-skinned Kenyan whatever guys inside there. You see one looks to be like a white guy, and all of these guys have this strip of like red fabric wrapped around their head, and it's kind of like flopping off to the side haphazardly, and it looks like gross and disgusting. You kind of know what that is, Vincent, or you've seen something similar before on someone. And you see the room is in disarray. It looked like you burst open the door, catching them looking for something as they were like going through the apartment or the hotel room, and you see Jackson Elias in a chair, leaned back, and he's eviscerated, and you can see his guts just kind of like spilling out of his chest. It's recent. You see it's dripping, it's hot, it's fresh, and you can see there's something carved into his forehead, and that's dripping down, and his mouth is just hanging open.
He wasn't supposed to die.
And I'm assuming everybody sees this because you're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, kick open the door, and there.
I mean, he and I are at least committed to it.
Yes. So everybody roll me. Everybody that thinks they would have seen Jackson, roll me a sanity roll, except for Declan. Aren't you acclimated?
I should be adjusted to violence.
You are hardened, yeah.
Or whatever. Sorry.
Oh, it's killing in combat, but still, that's enough for me.
We can click sanity on the sheet, right?
You can.
Yeah, if you click the word sanity, it rolls.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we got a pass and a pass. Let's see what Mr. Vincent gets here.
80 some odd. Well over.
Okay. No.
You weren't ready.
You weren't ready. So you go from 59 to 58 sanity. Not too bad. I rolled poorly.
You rolled perfectly.
But just for future, if you do look at your sheet here now, whenever later, you'll see that it says daily 1 out of 9 now, since I'm doing it correctly, and and that'll get reset on your next day, not our next session.
In-game day.
Yeah, in-game day. Yeah.
So after a sleep or
day?
Day.
I have to look at the rules,
Midnight.
but one of them, yes.
24 hours.
I don't think it would matter. It definitely wouldn't be a 24 hours if you were running through the woods from a monster or something like that, whatever. I feel so much I feel so much fun.
Well,
did you see that bubbling brook? But anyway, so you see this inside here, and I think immediately, without asking what you're going to do, just so we have an order, and I can convert this from the chase to not a chase, let's go ahead and get that chase started. So what I need everybody to do is I'm going to roll Constitution. So if you don't mind, I can do it for you, because I don't have a way to present this to you that I have figured out yet.
Okay, go for it.
Is that cool with you? Okay.
Fine with me.
All right, so rolling Constitution. And I don't have a way to input one either for Vincent, so I'm going to roll his and then hope that it's what his rolled. Oh, there we go. There you go, guys. You can click it now. It's in the chat.
So I click roll?
Yes.
Okay. I passed.
awful.
I crit passed again.
So does it show everybody's?
No, it only shows yours when he does that. It only shows yours.
Well, if that was a secret, whoops.
No,
I mean,
fine.
it's a private roll, but the dice are
There we go. 41.
active.
Perfect. Yes. So this is our first chase, and so what that does is if you pass your If you pass your con, it keeps your move. It basically adjusts your movement speed. So if you fail, you go down a movement speed. If you pass, you stay at your movement speed. If you like get a crit pass or whatever, it doubles it. Cool. And that's basically like everybody's initiative. Using the move speed is everybody's initiative. And based on how far away these numbers are from each other determines how many actions each individual gets per round. And I'm going to forego a rule that says the person in the very front and the person in the very back can't interact. So basically they're like not part of the chase. Like the person in the front gets away, person in the back doesn't get to do anything. And the person in the back doesn't make any sense here because you're all next to each other. So it's hard. It would be very hard for me to say, this is why I was skeptical about using the rules. Because like you have to wait 2 rounds or whatever, before you can catch up. It doesn't make sense. So we'll do our own version as we crunch through this. So let me click a few things. Let everybody participate. I don't think you guys shouldn't see anything. I don't think in Foundry. I have a little tracker that I've built out here, and I'm just gonna move you guys along some things. But you shouldn't see anything.
Nope.
So let me do that. And unfortunately, I couldn't initiate it beforehand because I had to have you guys roll. All right. So the first person that is going to act is the white guy, the white cultist looking dude with the red. Oh, and by the way, you can see in their hands, the 2 other guys that are closer to you, they have this long curved kind of knife, and it's like comes out like a scimitar kind of does, but shorter and more bulky, kind of comes up like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And they have what looks to be like some kind of weird tomahawk or throwing knife. You can see that the other one has. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as immediately as you bust in, you gather all this information, and you see the white guy in the back. He busts open a window, or I guess it's already opened. He steps through a window, and you can see him make his way out into a fire escape, and then you lose sight of him. And then it is Iris. Iris is next.
Okay.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna double check. I want to make sure.
I didn't. I failed my constitution check.
You did. I can't rearrange these.
Is her move just really high because she's young?
I was gonna. Is that because of move? Like Constitution, you said has to do with move.
It does. She failed hers, so she should be behind Declan, but in my thing she's not. So that's not fun. But it looks like Abigail, you're next. It's fine. I'll just have to look at it. I thought it was in order and it's not. Okay, so yeah, Abigail, you are first.
Okay, so one of the cultists went out the window. And there's how many more in the room?
2 more.
There's 2 more. Yeah, sorry, I'm just going back and forth and looking at the stuff here. It looks like Vincent has a move of 8. Iris has a move of 7, Abigail has a move of 8, and Declan has a move of 7, and the other guys have various other ones.
Move makes no sense to me.
Mine says
I'm
8.
a super in shape military guy, and I'm slow apparently.
It's a combination of your dex, strength, and build.
Yep.
So the fact that you're probably a big guy is probably a negative move.
Word.
Where do you see
I put my points more into dexterity than strength or con, so I don't have that much health. I'm not very strong, but I'm faster.
It's weird. I mean, my dex is higher than yours. My strength and con are higher than yours.
Okay, so here's how it works. It does move, and then the con roll was to get the move, and then it goes in order of dex.
But my dex is higher than Vincent's by 17. It's fine. I'll go where edge. I'm just confused. It doesn't matter though. I can be confused.
Faster characters get more movement each round than slower characters. Your dex will be...
So looking at the sheets, Vincent's a 53, I'm a 70. But he has an 8 move and I have a 7. My con strength and dex are all higher than him. That's the confusing part to me. If those are the things it's derived from.
Yeah.
Your build being 1.
What's your build at?
Everybody should be around 1.
I'm 0.
I don't even remember what the build means. I don't know that I picked it. It doesn't matter though.
It's weird. I also don't entirely understand.
I don't either. I don't either. Okay. It's so what I'm looking at here is this. Everybody, tell me your dex real quick. I want to see if it's on this sheet. Tell me your dex real quick.
70.
Yes. Okay. So it is on this sheet. Perfect. So it looks like since Iris, Abigail, and Declan all have the same dex, that's why you guys are in a line here. Okay. Now I understand. So you guys can choose who goes first.
Not me.
But Iris, Abigail, or Declan is next. On my sheet, it's Iris just because of the name. For some reason, who knows? But yeah. And the move comes in for other things additionally.
I would probably say Declan because he was the one that busted down the
Agreed.
personal.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna go out the window. So I will shout that I'm going out the window.
So unfortunately, this is chase rules. You have one action. You will have one action.
Can my one action be to go out the window?
Your one action is you can move forward in the chase, so it like moves forward. So you go from hallway to the room.
Okay.
Or you can initiate one attack, cast a spell, or perform some other action like those, right? And yeah.
Okay, then my one action. Can I also talk while I'm doing
Of course,
my one
absolutely.
action?
Yeah.
Okay, then my one action is I go into the room with the intent of going out the fire escape, and I yell to Vincent, I'm going after him. Just to tell Vincent what I'm doing. Because Vincent busts down the door with me. We're in this room. Somebody went out the fire escape. I'm going to take my one action to go into the room. So I'm not I understand I'm not outside yet, but I'm just yelling my intent to Vincent so he knows it.
And there's these two guys that are between you and the window as well.
Oh, they're between me and the window?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'll shoot one of them then. Sorry. I thought they were like... I guess the layout of the room didn't make sense to me. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm not going to go through them. And they're armed with what that I can see?
Looks like knives. Large knives or an axe.
I will take aim and shoot at one of them. If that means I can't move into the room, then I guess I'm shooting from the door.
Yep. So you're in the hallway in the door. Yeah, and you can shoot into the room though. So go ahead and make me
just whichever one. The one on the left. Sure.
Sure. Yeah. So that's cultist number 2. I'm just kidding.
God damn it! I'm using luck. Nope, I'm using luck.
It's 92. Oh, 17 luck to pass.
17 luck. Yeah, because
okay.
I have a super. That's fucking dumb. So my luck is now at 37.
All right. Did you click that button?
To click the luck button?
Yeah. Spend 17 luck to pass.
Where do I click that?
Oh, I'll do it for you.
I don't see that either.
If you click the spider, the red spider, click that and see if it scrolls out for you.
It just says, "Oh yeah."
Bam.
There we go.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
So yeah, and then to roll damage.
Roll that damage.
Ooh.
7.
7 damage. Oh my goodness.
I'd rather just spend my luck early because I fucking just sat on it the whole time.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. And you hear the report just like, blasting the hallway. Vincent's literally right next to you. Everybody's right there as you just unload and you're in the middle of New York firing guns in the hallway.
What? There's people with weapons killing a guy I didn't really like, but they liked, so hey.
It is what it is. All right, so that was your action. Now let's Abigail or Iris next.
I can go.
Okay.
I would have had my handgun out. I would have pulled it out of my boot and
You're gonna do that while they're kicking the door down?
Yeah.
Okay. You have two actions available due to your move combination there.
Okay. I will. Can I get through Declan?
Ooh, Declan, what do you think? Do you think you stood in the middle of the door to get a good shot?
I'm going to be using cover, so my bulk is going to take up some of the door. She would have to go beside me, because me and Vincent are framed beside each door, but there'd be room for a...
Alright.
Yeah, she could get through, but she would have to go beside me.
And perhaps that's why you failed, you were kind of like leaning in, not quite getting it right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'll move around him, I guess. Because, I mean, I can't shoot otherwise. Because I'm not going to shoot through him, because my luck, I'd hit him. So I guess I'll use one to move and one to shoot.
Sure, you can move into the room.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll your firearms. And honestly, roll with a bonus die, I think. You're literally, like, right there next to them.
Ooh.
Just roll again, since you didn't roll the bonus die that one. Just roll again.
I clicked the +1.
Oh, you did, actually. It did two 10s. Okay. 60 and 70. 39 luck to pass. Yeah, so you're not able to get a bead on either one of them there.
Yeah.
But you are in the room. So you are in potential danger. Iris, it is your turn. The way between the boys is clear because Iris stepped into the room.
I did. I'm already in the room. And how many moves do I have?
Just one for you, yeah. So you step in.
Yeah, I'll step in, like going towards Jackson.
Sure. So let's, for our mental sakes, we'll say Jackson's in a chair to the left as you guys walk in.
Yeah.
The window is straight ahead, on the other side of the wall, and you have your various other hotel things on the right, and maybe a bathroom on the left as well, somewhere over there. Okay. Step in. It is one of my dude's turn. It is the guy that got hurt bigly. Okay. He has two actions. He will use his... He runs. Yeah, so he goes through the window.
Cuts an artery and dies.
Cuts an artery and dies. He goes through the window. Roll me a listen roll, Abigail and Iris, as he goes through the window.
Two stars.
Where is listen? There's listen. Oh, I passed.
Oh, nice. Both of you did. You can hear this fire escape, like, groan as this guy gets on to that fire escape. Maybe the other guy's still on it. Maybe he's off of it. Maybe it's just an old fire escape. But you can hear, like, the weight of him, like, when he gets on it. Like, it's not as sturdy as it should be up to standard. But he does get out there on the fire escape. And then you can hear, like, a... as he disappears, it sounds like he jumped off. He got on the fire escape and then, like, jumped off of it entirely.
From the 4th floor?
Maybe just to, like, another landing or something, but you do hear him. He disappears from sight, and you do hear him.
Heard him hit something.
Yep.
What you tell me is, he managed to... All right.
I couldn't hear you. You cut off at everything. Yeah. Managed to something.
I think he said die. Fell off and died.
He fell off and died.
I said he managed to fall off and land on the other guy.
Yes, exactly.
Got him.
Well, for clarity's sake, you see him go out the window, and you leaves vision from the fire escape, and from the window you can't see him anymore. So he did something after that that sounded like him jumping off. All right. So he did that, and it is now Vincent's turn. That was the injured one that jumped. So you have this uninjured one inside.
So is it something about his like physical capabilities that gave him the ability to do two things?
It is without breaking into the rules again, it is a combination of, it's the distance you are from other people. So people that are at like the way far away and way down, like the way downs get screwed and the way far aways get, yeah.
So I was just curious what the difference was.
Yeah, so it has to do with how many move points are between certain amounts of other people. It's it is easy, but also very difficult for me to wrap my head around. So I just put it in the system and let it tell me. You have two.
Wait, I have two?
You have two. Yes.
Well,
that is. I don't understand why he has two and why also she got a bonus roll on her fight. I'm confused. I want to talk about this next time.
She was in the room with them, literally right next to them. You weren't. You were out in the
But how did she move into the room without?
Because she has two actions.
Okay, I still don't. She was farther away from them than me, but had more actions than me.
No,
it's okay. I don't understand. That's what next time I want to talk, just so I understand.
It's page 134, if anybody wants to read up on...
Yeah, I read a little bit of page 134 and it made absolutely no sense.
I trust you. I will be more confused.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense to me. Fuck. I'm not... No. No. I have two actions.
Yes.
I have, I think it's a revolver, I believe, specifically. Can I fire twice?
You can fire... You don't need to fire twice. You can fire multiple rounds with the penalty die.
I missed my first attack. So I didn't know if my second action could be to shoot.
I see what you're saying. No, I don't see any reason why you couldn't just fire.
Because I was going to shoot and maybe I get lucky and he dies and then move in, but obviously I'm not going to go running past this dude.
Yeah, I say you can
get slashed. So that seems the only logical solution if allowed. So don't suck. Even worse. Cool.
No. Pow pow. Unable to.
60-something, 93. I can't hit the damn broadside of a barn today.
Okay. That goes to the cultist that's in there, I guess. The guy with the wrap around his head. Cool. And you're outside still. Yes. Okay. So the boys are right outside in the hallway in the doorway still. Okay. Let's roll a D4. 1 and 2 for Iris. You haven't made any firearms or anything like that, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's Abigail then. She's the threat. She has the gun. You don't have a gun in your hand. Okay. He will step forward too close to you and uses a weapon. Alright, it's the first time I've used their sheet here, so... Okay, do you want to fight back as he like raises up and comes down?
I can't.
You have a choice of a fight back or dodge. when melee combat. So a dodge, if you beat his success level, you can avoid damage altogether. On a fight back, if you do not beat his success level, you will still take damage. But if you beat his success level, then you can damage him instead.
Makes sense.
And you can't use a firearms to fight back.
Yeah.
They're different stats, right? One of them
correct. Dodge and brawl.
One of them is explicitly dodge or brawl.
Yep. So your dodge is
Caravan.
35, and your brawl is 25.
25. I guess I'd probably try to dodge because I'm not hitting people.
Okay, roll dodge. And he got a hard success on his.
Ooh.
So doesn't beat his hard success, so he's still gonna hit you.
Does that mitigate it at all?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay.
He's only, but you were able to like get out of the way just enough to where he only nicks you with the blade. Maybe cuts your midsection just a little bit here on the ribs. So just a very light wound for 2 health points.
Tis nothing but a flesh wound.
That is all he can do. It is, I believe Declan went first, right? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It is the guy that you don't see that left his turn, and he does some things.
He's trying to get out from under the other guy.
Right, yeah. Get your ass out of my mouth. And then...
Can you, is there a way to make people... So there's only one guy left in the room. There's the guy that got out the fire escape. There's the guy I shot that's out the fire escape on top of him.
Yep.
There's one guy left in the room.
Yep.
Can people surrender in Delta Green? Or sorry, Call of Cthulhu?
Yes, given the correct circumstances, it may happen.
Well, I know you can do anything you want to, but at the risk of metagaming, is there an actual chance that if I present it the right way, it could happen?
I can't... In some situations, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm going to shout at the guy that's left and pointing my gun at him and tell him to... He has a knife, I guess. Tell him to toss whatever I see he has. Tell him to toss it to the ground and don't fucking move or I'm going to kill him. And I would say I'm trying to intimidate him, which I guess I'll roll and maybe intimidate, but like I don't... Yeah. Like I'm not trying to intimidate him. I'm just that angry because I'm being shot at again, or I'm being threatened, not shot at. I'm being threatened again. I'm with my friends. I've had a terrible 5 years. I had a bad 6 months before that. I'm very angry. So I'll tell him, whatever. This is your only chance.
Okay.
There's no doubt that I mean what I'm saying.
Right. Roll me that intimidate.
Okay.
Intimidation.
I barely passed.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's okay if I fail. I just didn't want to do it and waste a turn and not have any chance of succeeding. Like I wanted to try, because I'm trying to. The reason, obviously, is I'm trying to give us a chance to maybe question this guy.
Gotcha.
So I want to take the chance to see instead of, because he's near the window anyways. So.
Yeah. You can see in his what I'll give you with your success here is you can see in his eyes like the craziness behind it, like the zealotry of whatever this man is doing. In the way, and that won't take your action. I'm going to say that you can see that in this man is standing his ground so his friends can get away. This is what you're gaining from this talk that you had with him.
For death, he is standing there.
So I'll just say, okay then, and I fire.
Okay.
7 under. Oh, triple gold star! I take his fucking head off.
Say hello to my little friend.
Actually, does something. Let's look.
He does a mag dump.
I think it adds an extra certain type of damage, right, guys? Combat damage flowchart.
KO.
Well, go ahead and roll damage while I look.
Oh, I don't get a bonus dice?
9
damage.
Okay. I want to get this right so we know for the future. Do you see anything?
So the combat flowchart bottom right has melee extreme success.
I thought that you...
It's max damage.
Okay, I thought that it was an impale. See that impale equals max damage? But
well, it's so like if you consider a bullet counts under impale. I mean, it implies a weapon damage, which seems like a logical option to me.
I'm looking. I'm hacking right now.
Yeah. A target being large in and of itself is a bonus, right?
Okay, so here it is. It does max damage, is what it is. That's all it is. So you're gonna do your 1d10 plus 2, so 12 damage.
Okay. Sounds good.
The melee ones have very specific things that they do, so that's why I wanted to make sure that we get it right. Yeah, let's just say you want to shoot him in the head.
Yeah, I'll say that maybe for it to make sense in context, because like since I am trained to shoot well, I'm gonna be shooting center mass most of the time.
Yeah.
But maybe since I tried to give him a chance to give up and he didn't, I got mad, and so I took a risk and raised the gun and shot him in the head, and it worked.
Shoot him in his head, and he falls to the ground.
Shot his eye out.
Dead. Good stuff. No one is in here that you see still.
Are we still in the... Can I say what I do, or are we still in the flowchart?
You're still in the flowchart.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's now Abigail's turn. Would you want to pursue or not?
I'd probably run to Jackson.
Okay. And Iris?
I'm staying with Jackson. I'm not running out the window.
Okay.
I got no weapons.
Okay. And that would mean okay, Vincent, are you gonna...
I'm going to the window at least to investigate.
All right. You go to the window to investigate, and you see a car parked down at the bottom of the firescape, starting to drive away. Roll me a spot hidden. And while I look up the information I want to give you.
Okay.
Or potentially give you.
God damn it. Fuck it, we're gonna burn the luck. 58 over 50, so burn 8 luck.
You see a black 1915 Hudson Touring Roadster, New York license plate, and you're just able to make out the license plate as it drives off.
Okay, well, I guess that's probably better than my "can I put a bullet hole in it" request. So.
Yeah, I mean, or you can shoot at it if you want to. Wait, no, you moved into the room, and then you moved. No, you're out of stuff as it like peels away. You know that if you could make a pointless shot at it, but it would just anger everyone probably.
Wait, bullets.
Yeah, but you get the license plate, and you don't have to remember this. NYL7.
Okay.
And you're out of this. You can do whatever you want.
In this era, can I do anything with that knowledge?
Not much. You may be able to go to the police and be like, "Hey, do you have any? You convince them to give you information like, "Hey, do you have any reports about this car that has done some shit or something like that?" Or it's information you can give to someone else, to a policeman. Who knows? However, it is 11:11, and I know that is past our time. So you guys are out of this, our first chase, and we can debate on whether we use them again or not, or learn the rules better. They're iffy, right? I personally prefer the narrative way we normally go about things, and just kind of move through things like that.
Yeah, it just felt kind of hinky.
That was a fun entrance to the thing.
Yeah, that's wild. So now we'll have to deal with the repercussions of firing firearms in a New York hotel.
What repercussions? We're getting the fuck out of Dodge.
And a dead body. Well, yeah, you will gotta talk about it till next time, I suppose. Do I stay or do I go now? And thanks, as always, to Syrinscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table.